Hey guys, I watched this video here for Monday, October 18th. As many of you in the chat room know, I've got family in town, so I'm kind of trading the mornings and in kind of AWOL in the afternoons. And it's not that unusual during this period that I come back and look and feel like I didn't miss much anyway. It feels like there's a lot of, you see there's the SPY daily, a nice strong day, gap up, strong close. But we're seeing a lot of this, just, an initial move and then sideways, maybe slightly up grinded. You had that very, very slow intraday action. You can go back and look at many of the last few days. So I don't feel like I'm missing that much by only trading the mornings anyway. So I got one highlight that I thought was a really nice call by Keith over in Ireland. Look at this on twos. It's our old red to green sellers fail scenario plus a whole number inflection point. It met everything we teach in the course, and Keith gave the idea over 52. In other words, the sellers that came in at the open are going to have to cover. Sellers, I mean shorting, right? Going to have to cover this sucker if it breaks that 52, and that's exactly what happened. It was a really neat heads up by Keith. So that's the one highlight I'm going to show. I'm going to get right into the watch list video now for what we're watching for Monday. HUT, I believe, is Bitcoin related. Kind of a neat cup and handle forming, and it broke out of that cup and handle, but you still have the February high of the whole number 13 closed at 1222. So if Bitcoin's strong on Monday and the Bitcoin plays move at all, this is one of the better looking Bitcoin related charts. So that's why I picked it. Typed that wrong. CEI just put in a little bit of a higher low from that last disastrous sell-off. Did have kind of a bullish engulfing candle there. So I'm just looking for a follow through on Monday of that bounce that we put in on Friday. I had it on Bounce Watch on Friday, but I didn't get a way in it. Didn't really give an A+ setup that I was looking for, so never got involved. WTRH, pretty strong move. Had the gap up, then sold off, right? Probably sucked in some shorts, and then a big rip on Friday, sorry. So I'm going to look to see if it gives any kind of follow-through pattern on Monday. PROG just goes on Bounce Watch. I had a nice pop here, came back down, and then kind of a rip, and is sort of flagging. And if you look at it on 15s, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, and yesterday, or Friday, I should say, it never did get that afternoon high of daybreak. So it's kind of an intact flag, if you will. So that one's pretty interesting to me. I wanted to pick one uranium-related play. I just sort of randomly chose UROY. There's several out there, but most of the charts look similar. Big move back here, came back down. Kind of put in a secondary move with a lower high, but uranium and all the uranium-related stocks are holding up pretty well. So I wanted to have one on my watch list. JSPR is a weird stock. Had that big rip, then came down, sold off, then a gap up on Friday, and then you look at it intraday, it just sold off most of the day, right? And then all of a sudden this big rip in the afternoon. So it's crazy enough that I want to watch it, all right, for lack of a better way to put it. ME, which is 23andMe. I always tell people you use these services. More than likely, you're only going to find pain, but that's just my opinion. It's been proven wrong by a few, or proven right, I should say, by a few people, though. Anyway, big volume and kind of closed in the middle of its range, but that volume is going to catch some attention this weekend as people look at charts. I do think it's worth watching for a potential long setup tomorrow. RDW had a really big move here, and you got a couple days lower. Partial retracement of that big move, declining volume on the pullback, so I do want to watch that for a bounce play. BYGR has been on Bounce Watch for several days. It's just going back on Bounce Watch. It did come back down and finally hit the 8-day on Friday. So still, to me, still a valid setup for a bounce. PED, also a bounce play, kind of getting close to the 20-day. Big, strong move, strong secondary move, and has been kind of just quietly bleeding lower back to the 20-day. And oil, if oil's still strong, that it's certainly a good candidate for a nice bounce from this area. BWEN is, I believe, a wind energy play. Had a big pop on Thursday, quiet inside day on Friday, looking for a third-day play. And then lastly, I'm going to put NRXP on the watch list, which had a nice move, but then a gap down on Friday. And kind of a weak close, but it still hasn't gotten back down to the 20-day or the 8-day. So I still think it's valid for a turn back up if we get a proper intraday A+ setup. All right, I'm done babbling. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you guys in the chat room on Monday morning.